Hello, it's been a while. So today is my birthday. It is Thursday, February 5th, 2026. I turned 27 today, and I wanted to kind of capture what it is I'm feeling right now, my goals for the next year, and yeah, just kind of give like a little life update for myself. And maybe someone resonates with it, maybe someone doesn't. I have a few goals this year that are kind of like much more like the mental, like heavier side in a sense. I've worked in the past about resentment and getting rid of resentment, which I've been pretty successful with, because that used to like trigger me on the daily, this like childhood or like family resentment or anger and frustration. And I've really let go of a lot of that over the last few years, and now it's not really a part of my daily life. But here are a few things that consume me that I'm trying to work on. So the first one is that I want to work on not letting scenarios that haven't happened yet upset me. Because I used to have this problem where, like, whether it be like authoritarian figure or something like that, like, if I was being misunderstood or if they or I felt like I was going to be misunderstood for choices, I would create these like scenarios in my head of like what they're saying, but then I would have little arguments in my head and like get really worked up in that way. And then I'm mad about something that hasn't even happened yet, if that makes sense. And I think that that is something that has invited itself back into my life. It's something that I used to deal with like in high school and maybe like early days of college, but like I haven't had to deal with this a lot, but now recently it's coming up again. And so that's something that I want to work on this year, is not getting annoyed with things that literally have not happened yet. And I've talked to a few people and they also relate, so it makes me feel a little less crazy. That is kind of the first thing that I want to work on, is not, what is the phrase that I use? Yeah, so stop getting worked up about scenarios that haven't happened yet. Because I literally will get frustrated or angry with someone and they haven't even done anything wrong. It's just the scenarios I've thought about in my head, which is crazy. So that's the first one. The second one is to stop getting upset. And I know that there's both like stop getting worked up, stop getting upset, whatever, but like these are the things I want to work on. So the second one is stop getting upset with how others consume or view art. Because I take on that frustration, or I feel responsibility or annoyance or frustration, whether it be like a movie or a TV show or a theater piece or music, and if someone also doesn't like it, or if they like something that I don't agree with, I get upset, I get worked up, I get annoyed, I get riled up, and I want to work on not taking that on. You know, like, that isn't my responsibility. My responsibility isn't for other people and how they consume art or view art that I might like or that I don't like or that I feel like I see through. You know, it's like I can't take that burden on. And I shouldn't. And I should just let that person do whatever they're doing, you know? And I think that that's something that I'm really trying to work on this year. That's like a big goal. And then the third one is something that was challenged for me yesterday by a friend. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make that a goal this year. The last one is to reframe my relationship with stubbornness, because I'm a very stubborn person and I know that about myself. And how it was presented to me is that, like, sometimes by like being stubborn, I think that it's a way of protecting my like creative integrity or individualism, but like it doesn't have to be. I'm trying to reframe it in my head as like a lack of stubbornness doesn't equal a lack of individuality, you know? So being able to let down walls and barriers that I put up because I'm so tunnel vision will allow me to be more present with people, present with friends and peers and people like that. So just being able to even take that in and like process it will help with presence, first of all, but also like just because someone has an idea and I didn't think of it first doesn't mean I can't take that idea or that recommendation or that like tweak or adjustment and use it, you know, to make my art or make whatever it is that I'm doing better. Because I have a big issue with that. So those are like my 3 main goals for the year. And I hope to work on them throughout the year because they are big things to digest and chew on. So I hope that I continue to check myself in that way. Yeah. So those are the 3 things that are my goals for the year. And they're not like physical goals, but they are goals that will hopefully help improve my perspective and my everyday life, you know? And these are things that I'm gonna have to check myself on, like on the daily. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for as I enter the year of 27. Yeah. So that's what's going on. Nothing else is really going on. I have painted a few things in my apartment, like some walls and some crevices and whatnot. So maybe I'll do like an updated tour to kind of like timestamp that and show y'all what's going on, and also for myself. And I hope to like create new things in a new way. Been doing my newsletter for almost 2 years now, and I think that it has been a really fun and rewarding process, but it also is a very time-consuming process. So I'm looking to retire the newsletter come spring, because that'll be like the 2-year mark of it. And so I can start using my creative energy and channeling it into new avenues. I want to write more, but like in a creative, like fiction route. So that'll be fun. And I also want to start writing things and posting like monologues and maybe like little like stupid skits and stuff. Like that's kind of like what I want to do. And I feel like with the newsletter I'm not able to do that because I put all of my might and creative energy into the newsletter. Ooh. So it's been freezing, so I've been letting my body shut down because I literally can't keep it running. Yeah, nothing else is really going on here. I was on the SAG-AFTRA movie, like motion picture nominating committee. So I watched a lot of movies, and I've been starting to watch a lot more movies at home. So that's been nice because I, for so long, was not able to sit down and have the attention span to watch a movie at home. So it's really refreshing to be able to do that. And I'm watching a lot of older movies and movies that I've never seen or heard of before. So that's fun. And yeah, other than that, I'm just kind of hanging out. So that's kind of the update. And this is my outfit. I've got a tie on, and then I've got this Carhartt pair of pants on and this belt. And this is my little fit for the day. I've got another fit tonight. I'm going out to a dive bar with some friends. And other than that, nothing's really going on. I think I'm gonna go get a massage because my body's been hurting. So I think I'm gonna go do that before the big night. And nothing else is really going on here at the moment. Got my first noise complaint yesterday in my apartment building. And I've lived here for 3 years, so that was not a good way to end 26. But I'm gonna try and keep it quiet these days, like a little church mouse. And yeah, that's all that's really going on. I don't have a camcorder anymore. I had to give that back to my cousin because I was borrowing it. So I'm gonna start filming things on my phone in the meantime. So maybe I will upload more because it's way easier to upload. Guess I'll talk to you later. Bye. Wish me luck. Wish me luck with my goals. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, bye.